I was always curious about television. I was always curious about the movies and the shows that I watched on television, how they were presented, how they were put together, and it all really started when I was in ninth grade. I was in a speech class my freshman year, and I had stage fright, and I did not want to speak in front of the class. And the teacher, Mr. Ayers, asked if anybody wanted to shoot the videos of the speeches themselves, and I quickly raised my hand and volunteered as fast as I possibly could to shoot the video. Well, it started at that point, and my father had bought me a Super 8mm film camera and an editor, and I started putting together what was called Bobby Love Productions, and it was started with birthdays and family vacations and so on. As a photojournalist, my daily routine was to work a shift, starting at any time of the day. Generally, the shifts would last about 3 to 6 months. You could come in at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. every hour till about 3 or 4 p.m. and work a 8-hour shift. Most days it was a 10, 11-hour day. Almost every day was overtime. Anytime that you needed extra work, extra money, there was always something to do. They'd always bring you in. There were days I'd come in 4 hours ahead of my schedule because of somebody had called in sick. So there was a lot of time that I was out on the street shooting, which gave me more opportunities to become a better photojournalist. I like the idea that every day there was something completely different. I never came back into the station and did the same thing over and over every single day. There may have been repetition on a yearly event because of the holidays or because of the 4th of July, such as fireworks shows or stories like that we always used to say, let's run last year's video. But there were a lot and lots of, it was good for my curiosity. I like to do 1 million things a day, and it fulfilled that part of me that allowed me to go out and shoot VOs, SOTs, packages, sporting events, weather. It just carried on throughout the day, so it was always exciting, it was always something new, and it helped again. Probably one of the best that I remember as being a photojournalist. I was able to interview presidents, I was able to interview movie stars and rock stars and rap stars and go to different locations. But I think close to the end of my career, I was asked to go down to New Orleans and shoot Hurricane Katrina. And I spent 2 weeks down in New Orleans just living out of the car and traveling in a car to different locations, to different sites, just covering news stories about what had happened to a lot of the families in Hurricane Katrina. I always thought, to myself, whenever I decide to retire, I want to go back and teach students what I had learned. And hopefully that's what I'm doing. When I graduated from high school, I went to Indiana University. I was so far behind in my knowledge of what it takes to be in the broadcast industry. A lot of the high schools in Indiana, the bigger high schools in Indianapolis and around the state, already had the programs. They knew what a VO was. They knew what a SOT was. They knew how to put together a news package. They knew how to edit. I had some basic editing, but I didn't have what they had, and I was always playing catch up. I was always trying to learn, and maybe that proved better for me because I was able to excel above a lot of people in the business because of what I wanted to learn. And you just have to be a sponge, and hopefully the students are that. They're soaking up everything I can give them in the 2 years that they are here and be able to transfer that information to help them with their careers.